you're backing out. Now you're backing out. It's hard to talk big with a shotgun in your mouth. Shotgun in your mouth. I'm glad you brought your friends. They can watch it go down. Watch it go down. I got mine too. So welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. 'Cause these are my people. And this is my land. This is my land. This is what we pray for. And this is God's plan. This is God's plan. And if you ain't from here, then you won't understand. You won't understand. This is my country. This is who I
got a baby girl inside this house, and right now she's sound asleep. So it's probably best for the both of us if you just turn around and leave. 'Cause if you come in this fucking house, then you too gonna go to sleep. I promise you, boy, don't play with me. I pray to God my soul to keep. Especially this day and age, gotta handle shit our own way. With a 30-30 horse 12 gauge behind this door, you're hella weight. My old lady, she rides too, picking up every shell case, mopping up these blood stains, but she ain't seen a damn thing. Most of my people are convicts, hard-headed, no nonsense. So please approach with caution. You never know who's watching. You never know what's on the other side of that front door. And you knocking, might step out like motherfuckers get the dropping. All the neighbors heard was a dog.
Hello, 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 Susanna, Miss Stars, Miss Tiger.
What's
How are
up?
you ladies?
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday.
Hey.
Hey, Tiger. David, Willowbug, All Stars Preppers in chat. Hey,
It's
Stars.
not true. I'm not there. It's not me.
Miss Sharon. Who? How you doing? How's everybody doing?
Hey, Hoot, Miss Sharon, Stars, and everybody else. I'm driving on my way to work, so I cannot see the chat at all.
I was on the road.
Right?
YouTube unsubscribed David from me. Go figure.
Yeah. I get unsubscribed from people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just too lazy to go back and resubscribe to everybody.
Right? I'm like, oh, I just forget. I'm like, oh, yeah. You're not making a video every day. I'm not keeping up if they unsubscribe me. And I'm not getting notifications for people that I do watch. So that's just YouTube.
Yep,
That's right.
that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Motherfucker, there's not a left turn here. Are you stupid? Oh.
Oh.
It's fine, we already know. I told y'all you shouldn't have me on here while I'm driving to work. Hey, I censored it. I didn't use any language.
That's right. It's okay.
Somebody's trying to make a left turn, hold the line up, or traffic up, and there's not a left turn allowed there. It's like, oh, never mind.
Tiger Hoot said hello.
How are you, Miss Hoot? I'm having a rough day right now. I woke up too late. I didn't get to eat, but I have it with me, so he better be glad, too, because I could have just shoved it down his throat. I'm just saying. Don't. If I wake up, don't be in a pissy attitude because, dude, I got one, too.
Mm.
Right.
Yep.
I definitely know how to show it. But I didn't because I'm trying not to ruin my night before I get to work. Just saying. Okay. See, y'all think I'm sweet. I'm not. I can be a hateful person.
Oh, you just quit. Live action pack from Tiger's car right now.
Right. David said he went into Murphoogle's live with a fake account to spy on someone shouting squirrel the whole live. Tiger, Hoot asked why you think she's Hoot is a she, please.
I don't know. I don't remember now. Dude, I've had like 3 hours sleep. Don't ask me to think.
I was under the impression that Hoot was an owl.
There you go.
Right?
I always thought Hoot was a guy. I'm not even gonna lie. I've always referred to Hoot as he.
Well,
or
I
him.
thought who was a guy too, but there was something in chat one time, I think, that led me to the belief that Hoot was a lady.
But
If
we
I'm
love
wrong,
Hoot
I
either way.
apologize. We don't care.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
You can be whoever you want to be.
That's
It's the
right.
mystery that's fun. It's the mystery. It's like sometimes you don't know.
That's right. Susanna, I think you had something you wanted to say.
Oh yeah. So I had someone come to me, and I had a few emails and things. And I don't watch hardly anyone anymore or anything. The
Mhm.
people I do watch, mostly crocheting and quilting, and I do watch some food channels,
Uh-huh.
and I also watch some canning channels. I do not watch anyone that I used to hang around with before. I do not watch because of the drama and all the stuff that happens. I have no clue what goes on in in anyone's area anymore. The people that I watch are around 30,000 or more subscribers,
Mhm.
because I don't want nothing, no attachments, nothing, because of all the crap. And so I just wanted to say that if anyone has a problem with me, do what you always say that you would like other people to do, and ask, because other people's paranoia and selfishness has nothing to do with me. And what I say probably has nothing to do with you, but because you think and assume, these are some big words, assume, because you are assuming things, you're going to bring yourself down like that. I just want people to understand that you need to be careful with who what you're saying with certain people, because certain people really don't even care about any of that anymore. It's that all that stuff was gone and done a long time ago. I don't even know what I did to some of these people or what their problem is, because despite what they like to say about you should go to me, or you should come to me, or I should go to you and say that, I got nothing. Nobody ever talked to me about anything. Nobody said anything to me about anything since all that stuff happened with you, Peach. Um, and whoever else was involved, I have I even with all that, I still have no clue what really happened, because it was none of my business. And so, yeah, I'm keeping it that way. None of that has nothing to do with me. So
Right.
please stop sending me emails about so and so maybe talking about me, or whatever, because I'm not going to go look. I haven't been to those places in 2 months or something. I don't even know whenever it happened. I'm not counting, because that's how little it all meant to me. Wherever I am, that's what means a lot to me. There's a total of maybe 6 people that I'm still subscribed to, that YouTube did kept me subscribed to, and I'm still watching you all, which is like Peach, Tiger, Mad Shad, and just a couple of other people. Other than that, I'm just too lazy. I'm admitting it. I'm just too lazy to go and resubscribe to anybody else. So I'm not watching you. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on in your lives, but um, to take it some things like that very personally just tells me that that people are feeling very guilty and paranoid inside, and that's not my problem. You all need to fix yourselves. And so I'm pretty much done with that speech.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Susanna.
You're welcome. I just wanted to get that out there so that people understood and knew that, I don't listen to these people anymore. Um, that was done and gone a long time ago.
Right. I completely understand. Tiger Hoot said, did you get that idea from Ghetto, maybe? Hey, Fawn. Hey, Heathen.
Hello, everyone coming in.
And Miss Sharon said, you don't have to, Susanna. It's like high school drama.
Right. And, and I prefer to be ignorant about it because it's none of my business. Again, you know, um, do what you want to do, say what you want to say. People are going to see that. It's not my problem.
Right.
But thank you so much, Peach, for letting me come up and say that because, I hardly even go up on my own channel anymore.
Mm-hmm. You're very welcome. You're always welcome here. I'm all about free speech, and we can't help it when people get their panties or drawers in a bunch.
Right.
Like you said, it's them feeling guilty.
Hello, everyone coming in. So if you didn't listen to what I had to say just a minute ago, I hope you all go back and listen to it because I'm done with all that. I went through some really crappy stuff with some really crappy people the first time. Why would I leave myself open for or even bother with going to see people who were gonna treat me wrongly and treat me badly again? That's just ridiculous. I'm not a glutton for punishment like that. So, that's just not who I am.
Right. And Heathen, yes, you are a smurf.
Talk about people.
Well, I wasn't talking to you, so butt out.
I don't care.
I don't care
You're
either.
being very ugly with it. I'm finna ban you from YouTube.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so any of the I didn't even read these. I didn't get through. When people send me stuff like that, I don't go watch it. I don't go I really don't go through it. It might be a whole 2 or 3 months before I actually decide, okay, I'll read it just to see what kind of crap, somebody was sending me. But other than that, I just kind of skim through it and then I'm like, okay, this is this is just nuts. Uh I don't know. I don't know why anybody would care about me on the side, uh, trying to teach someone something that has to do with a lot of people that I know from huge channels. So, you know, if you're a lower channel and you've got less than 30,000 subscribers, I'm most probably not watching you at all because I don't want attachments anymore. I don't go into any of their chats um, because of all this stuff that was happening. You know, I pretty much keep to myself. And I'm pretty much addressing some of the bigger channels that are getting to so many people that they need to, you know, just do the smart thing and the correct thing and say, hey, you know, I could do a little better. You know, I would, you know, that's called constructive criticism, you know, where, and people who look at that and take things in a good way and use it to their advantage are the people that I want to, you know, watch and be and you know be around and things like that. And but I refuse to like really talk to a whole bunch of new people or you know get into you know whatever. That isn't my thing. I don't assume things about people. If I know something, I know it, but I'm not going to assume anything about you because I'm not that type of a person. And I'm not a vengeful person either. So, um, you know, whatever other people do or say, that's on them. That's going to be on them. They control their thoughts and their feelings just like I control my thoughts and my feelings. And if someone else has a problem, then they need to deal with that themselves because it's not my place to go somewhere that I haven't been for a long time and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, poor baby.
Right.
How did I offend you today?" Sorry, that isn't happening.
Well, Wendy, will you come fix my?
And you know, there's a lot to be learned on all sides, um, no matter how old you are and what, you know, where you are at in your life. But come on, when you're supposedly that smart of a person, I think people should know better.
Right. I agree. Hey, Miss Loretta, and who? She's muted, driving, so I'm not sure.
She's driving.
Right. But I completely agree, Susanna. And I mean, I don't blame you one bit. Sometimes you just have. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Sometimes we have to shift through, or sift, not shift, through the BS. That's my opinion.
Right. And just like I know that, you know, you all go different places and do different things than I do, you know, that doesn't mean I don't, you know, that doesn't mean at all that I'm not gonna, you know, hang around you or not like you. You all talk to me. You all come, you're friends. You're real friends. You come talk to me. You
You have a
come to
Stelco
my
machine. Oh,
you come
sorry.
to my lives. You at the very least say hello, you know, even if you have to go right away. And it doesn't matter to me because um as long as you know you people know who is real and who isn't. You know, sometimes we even lead our own selves down a road that we know we shouldn't go, but sometimes we keep walking it until we learn our lesson, you know. And of course, I've done that. I've done that plenty. And, you know, however long it was, once, twice is enough. Third time, hell no. This is why I refuse to go anywhere else or,
Mhm.
really do anything anymore. Um, that drama is not my thing. It's not,
Right.
I can stand up for myself. You come at me, I'm gonna come right back at you. I don't care how many times or who you think you're talking to, but I'll keep coming back.
Right.
But you're not gonna think that you could assume that you know me at all, um, in that way when you don't.
Don't.
That's right. You was on to say something, Tiger?
Oh, I said I think my phone muted me on purpose because I was cussing somebody out. Sorry.
Oh,
And I don't even know when that was. Like, I never ever hit the mute button, but it did it itself.
right. Hope was asking you if you maybe got that idea from Ghetto.
Oh, see, I thought I actually answered that, but I didn't know y'all didn't hear me.
Yeah, we
And
didn't.
what I said was, I'm not sure. I don't remember where I seen it, but I'm pretty sure that it was in a chat.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been on Ghetto in a long time, but I'm not saying that's not where I got it. I'm also not saying that that is where I got it. So
Right.
that's what you get for making assumptions. You know what they say, make an ass out of you and me. So whatever.
And Heathen, yeah, we heard about that.
Mm. Oh yeah, Mississippi's getting
Yep.
all kinds of attention right now.
Right?
What,
Absolutely.
the Mississippi water shortage?
The guy threatening to crash his plane into a Walmart in Mississippi.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Y'all, Mississippi's gonna be a hotbed. Just so you
Mhm.
know, Jackson is the capital of that state. How do they not have water? How do they not have infrastructure?
Yeah.
You cannot tell me that shit is not planned. That is the capital of the freaking state.
Exactly.
Their government is there.
Right. Right. How do the rest of the people in the state are okay, but the capital's not?
That's what I'm saying. It's insane. I cannot even believe. I lived in Mississippi for a few years. That's insane. I cannot even imagine that going down.
Right. Miss Loretta, you talking about news wise or YouTube wise?
Oh, she's canning salsa.
Yes,
Yeah,
you
Miss
can.
Loretta. Yeah, a few days ago I canned some salsa and some salsa verde as well.
Yum. My favorite.
Yeah.
And before I forget, before we went live, I did watch Milkmaid's video.
Oh,
I did too.
oh, that was heart wrenching.
Yes.
Oh.
And Milkmaid, I want to say, number one, I am sad to hear.
Yeah.
I am sad to hear about the calf's death.
Mm.
And you're right. You know, it's a circle of life. You know, to have life, you also have to have death.
Well, I'm
You
just
know-
saying, I mean, I've done this for a minute now, and anytime you raise animals on any kind of scale, small, large, it doesn't matter, you are going to have losses.
Yeah.
It's an unfortunate byproduct. Like,
Absolutely.
we had, and I actually even left a comment in there, we had a sow and a boar, and the sow was pregnant and due to give birth almost any day, and the boar killed her. And he tore into her so bad you could see the babies fully formed, but they were dead because obviously mama died too. So, yeah, that's an unfortunate byproduct of raising livestock or any kind of animal.
Mhm.
Even pets,
Absolutely.
they die. we have to learn to deal with that.
Absolutely. I mean, I've been around animals, both farming animals, and domesticated animals my whole life. So I understand where Milkmaid's coming from. And I agree with her. Homesteading, it's a tough life. It's a very tough life. You're up from, before the sun's up to well after the sun's down. And you're working your ass off 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And it's nothing to sneeze at.
No, it's hard, but there's rewards too.
Right. Absolutely. Hope said we're missing 7 thumbs up, people.
Don't be a slacker.
Right?
Okay, I'm in work parking lot now. I can talk.
Good deal.
And I'm sorry if I offended anybody by language, but I am a road rage person. Stupid drivers make me want to get out and punch them in the face. They told me that's illegal, so I can't do that.
Right, that's bad. We don't want to have to bail you out of jail.
That's what they say, but I think it would be good, honestly. They would not drive that stupidly again, I promise you.
David said you should see his road rage when he rides a bicycle.
Oh, dude, like, and I even censored my mouth on this trip because I didn't want you guys to hear me too bad, but each stars have heard me. Yeah, I go off.
Thank you for dropping Milkmaid's channel, Fawn.
It's not true. She's a
Yes,
kid.
y'all need to watch that.
Yeah.
That's real life right there. That's the way it is.
It'll make you
And
think too.
someday everybody's gonna have to confront that.
Yeah, it'll hit your soul.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, Hoot, it's just my feelings right now.
What's up with your finger? I see that. Inappropriate.
David, I don't just use my finger. I have a really loud voice and I know how to use it.
There are some people who may want to sit on that, just saying.
Right? And spin.
Hence the reason I don't use my finger.
Well, that's not my finger in that picture, just saying. So they can feel free to sit on it. I'm just not sitting there watching.
Oh my.
Well, I want to see the rest of that body before I sit on that finger. I'm just saying.
Miss Loretta said, Tyler, you loud? Never.
I read it, I know. I can actually read chat right now.
And some people just take things like way too personally. And
Oh,
they need to,
nice.
they need to
Welcome,
learn
Missy.
to deal with their own demons. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right?
Oh, I got demons. They come out every time I drive. I see that's another reason I need to move my butt back down to the country, because I'm not saying there's never traffic in the country, but usually the traffic is because there is a tractor up there driving to their property, or a wood truck hauling wood to the mill. I mean, and yeah, that's irritating, but yeah, it's not stupid drivers. I cannot deal with stupidity. Makes me want to throat punch someone.
And Missy, welcome. We're glad to have you. And it's nice to meet you as well. I love it. Hoot. I love it.
What?
Yeah.
You what?
I bet it wasn't much that you were saying, though.
Wait,
No, that's as appropriate as you can get right there. He didn't use any foul language.
Right?
I'm working on that whole don't visualize what people say. I'm working on it.
Oh, I do visualize. It makes my life more interesting.
You're welcome, Missy. Boy, I'm getting all kinds of notifications of stuff popping off today.
So hello to everyone coming in and to all you new people as well.
Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday night.
It would be an awesome Saturday if this was my weekend off.
Right?
Oh,
Happy Snow Cone Day.
I don't even want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. No snow cones.
Miss Loretta, people getting their underwears in a wad when people
Oh,
say
goodness.
stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Same shit, different day. SSDD.
Yeah. David, probably when somebody pinches his head. Y'all remember? Well, y'all might not be old enough. There used to be a little skit on Saturday Night Live back when it was really funny.
Mm.
And they would be like, I pinch your head, I pinch your head. I don't know. You
Well,
probably had to be there.
Well, you know, Peach, I just think that it's a shame that this even happens at all. People should be better than that, and it's it's not appealing. It just
No,
isn't. It sure
it's
isn't
not.
to me anyway.
And listen, if you don't pay my bills or take care of me in any form or fashion, your opinion, your business that way. Doesn't mean shit to me.
You all
So,
robot.
me?
Yeah, you were robot.
I'm in my work parking lot. That's why. Sorry.
Yeah. You're good.
Oh my God, Loretta, that sounds amazing. So I'm gonna be canning spaghetti sauce for my tomatoes on Tuesday.
Yummy.
I know, I can't wait. I actually have enough tomatoes finally.
I miss Sharon.
Hello, Miss Sharon.
Miss Sharon, what's up? Oh, that is awesome. That is so
That's cool.
awesome.
Right?
Yep, I'm gonna can. Well, spaghetti sauce is actually what I'm making this time. And then the next time I have enough tomatoes, I'm gonna make salsa, and somewhere in there I'm gonna do ketchup to can.
Ooh. That'd be
Who I actually have not opened my roof since then.
right. She
I
can't get
can't
shut.
be taught. And actually, it's not raining here now, but I swear to God, from yesterday afternoon until I don't even know when today, way after I went to bed, and I went to bed at 11:30, almost noon. It just did nothing but rain. But I'm happy because I needed it. My garden did for sure.
Right, Willowbug?
Yeah, Willowbug, I live down there. I never wanted to come back to Missouri. Like, I was so depressed. I didn't have a choice at the time. It was the wake of Katrina, which I promise you they felt far long. And I stayed down there for 2 years after Katrina, almost 3. But so yeah, I love Mississippi. And I've never ever taken my husband down there to meet any of my friends or anything that are there because I always told him if I go down, I won't come back home.
Right. Mississippi is an absolutely gorgeous state. What of it I
It's
see?
amazing. And y'all, a lot of people don't understand, like, the whole atmosphere down there is different. Like, the people are different. You know, the way they interact with each other. Maybe it's just the Gulf Coast thing. I don't know, because that's where I live. But people, there's not any outrageous racism down there. People get along. They help each other out. They will help a stranger. I lived in a stranger's yard in a tent for months, and they even had electricity. So you would never get that where I live. What the hell? Okay, never mind. So you would never get something like that where I live now. Like, they'd probably shoot
Right.
you as soon as look at you.
You know, that's the way it is here. You know, we try to help each other out, you know, where I live. You know, especially out around my dad's, which is very, very rural. You know, and
Right.
everybody knows everybody. Everybody grew up together, you know, the whole 9 yards. So, yeah.
Right.
It's on storm because my legs is killing me. Not just one of them, but both of them.
Right.
But it also don't help I set Indian style, so.
Well, I told y'all the other day that I said it was going to rain because of my asthma, and it did.
Yeah.
Right.
And which we've got 2 big storms out in the Atlantic. Hey. Notice
Well,
sarcasm
they
there.
just say storms.
Well, one's a hurricane and the other one's a tropical storm, so last I looked.
Yeah, I can do with that. I don't mind the tropical storm. That's like a really bad thunderstorm with a little bit of extra wind.
Right.
I'll skip the hurricane. That's right, Miss Wallbug.
Good old Dixie Chicks.
Wasn't there a TV show about that too?
I don't know.
Well, the fact that I'm asking tells you how much I watch TV. But it seems like I remember it. Right, David?
Uh-oh, Miss Sharon. Miss Sharon said it's storming bad there.
Right. Where do you live, Miss Sharon? Oh, there you go. That was the name of the show. My name is Earl. Okay.
I believe she's in South Carolina. I think.
Well, I just know that, like, the last anybody heard was that we had minimal chance of maybe scattered showers. And it friggin' rained for 24 hours. So, and it was, but it was a good kind of rain.
Right. That's right,
The kind
David.
that seeps into the ground.
Thank you for putting that song in my head now. I appreciate it.
Right?
Damn it.
He does it almost every live stream, y'all.
Oh my God.
And you're not wrong, David. I have been known to give
Okay,
out
Alabama.
that number.
Do what, Susanna?
I said you're not wrong, David. I have been known to give out that number.
Right.
I had a friend that used to go to clubs, and
Yeah.
when somebody asked for her number that she didn't want, she'd give them mine. I told her I was going to kill her and tell God she died.
Damn.
Yeah, we're not even friends anymore, but yeah, she sure did.
Right. I would, yeah. I wouldn't have been nice. That's for sure.
I wasn't, I promise.
So what did everybody have for supper?
I haven't had any yet, but I made hamburger stroganoff.
Yum.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know. My husband just got home like about 5 minutes ago, and I don't know. We might either have like shrimp or something, or maybe some ribs or something.
Yeah.
Yum. We got peppers and so different kinds of peppers and onions and things like that from the farmer's market yesterday. So I chopped it all up and did the kielbasa andouille with all the peppers and onions.
Yummy. Oh, we're still talking about sausage.
We had pizza burgers.
Ooh,
Yum.
Fawn
That
had a
sounds
shrimp
good.
boil. Ooh, Fawn had a shrimp boil. I wonder how good that was. Yum.
Right.
I know, that sounds
Yum.
amazing. And I actually have shrimp in my freezer right now. I could do
Yeah.
that.
Right. I
So-
bought a big bag of jumbo raw shrimp this morning.
Right? I love shrimp. Maybe Monday. Right now, I just got to get through this night that I've only had 3 hours of sleep for.
Somebody called before she could go to bed. I don't know who that could be.
Hmm?
She ain't gonna comment on that.
You, me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm multitasking. Yes,
You're good.
some inconsiderate person. I knew I needed to go to bed. Called me this morning. Pick me up. So,
Miss Sharon, you
Yeah.
take store-bought hamburger patties, cook them like you normally would. And then once you cook them, you take the bottom bun, and put the burger on it and put your pizza sauce and then your mozzarella cheese. And then you put the top of the hamburger bun and put it back on the griddle. And, let it get good and warm where your cheese is melted, and you're good to go. It's quick.
That's a good way
Easy.
to do it. Yeah.
yeah, that sounds good. I might have to make that sometime. I like to make Juicy Lucy's.
Juicy Lucy's.
What's that?
Okay, you take the raw hamburger and make a patty and
Mhm.
form an indent in it, and you put cheese, whatever cheese you choose, in that, and then you take another patty on top of it and seal it and cook it, and the cheese in the middle melts.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Just don't use cheese that turns to liquid, because when you bite into it, you will burn your face off and it'll hurt real bad.
Yeah, well, you gotta let it cool down a little bit. I mean,
You gotta be
geez,
careful.
come on.
Yeah.
Who eats boiling food besides me? Like, I literally burned the roof of my mouth one time because I couldn't wait for my chicken and dumplings to cool down.
Oh my God.
Oh, I have done that.
Oh, yeah, that's.
Smash burgers sound good too. Well, you just use you ground your own hamburger. Just use like a fourth pound of um, of sirloin and a fourth pound. Well, just do like 33, 33, 33. So like
Mm.
maybe sirloin, a piece of short rib, and a piece of um, another type of beef, maybe ribeye, and you ground it up, and then you ground it up again so that it all grounds up together, you know, and you have this beautiful hamburger meat. And then you just put whatever you want, whatever seasonings or whatever you want in it. And you put it in sort of like you form it in sort of like a ball, right? And so you put it on top of the skillet that you're cooking on, and
Mhm.
then you
Right.
flatten it. You flatten it with your spatula, and
Right.
they come out so good.
Right.
Then you put your cheese or whatever it is you want on
Good.
top. Yeah.
Now you can take the meatloaf if you're doing it, because I've done this. You can take your meatloaf and you can do pizza meatloaf, where you have all your hamburger, whatever you like for the meat for your meatloaf, and you put all the pizza spices and things in it. And then
Yep.
I always form like a loaf. So like in the middle of it, I'm putting pepperonis and little tiny pieces of mozzarella and stuff like that I would put in a pizza, and then I would put it down the center of it and I would roll it up, and then I'd cover it with pizza sauce instead of the barbecue sauce, ketchup, whatever, and put cheese on top of it and do it that way. So you could do it with a
Yeah.
meatloaf as well. I've done that.
Right.
That sounds good. I've never made. I don't like meatloaf made with ketchup,
Uh-uh.
so I
Everybody
always
does it
use
different.
like barbecue sauce or
Uh-huh.
something.
It depends. In my house, it's like whether or not, well, when the kids were here, it was like whether or not they wanted it sweet or not sweet. So if they're like, no, we want it sweet, I'm like, okay, ketchup, a little brown sugar, whatever. It's like a kid meatloaf. But then when I would want to make the meatloaf, it would be
Right.
like salsa and like I had this, I don't know what kind of mustard it was. It was a brown mustard, and like I'd mix that kind of stuff together and put it on the top of it and make it. But when the kids wanted it, it was like ketchup, and then they just drowned it in ranch anyway. So I don't. I never
Right.
understood that.
But Fawn, no, we don't bread it.
Miss Loretta, if I
we
could come
use
down there, I would so cook for you.
Oh, you want to be fun field trip?
right. Miss Sharon said she uses.
Heinous,
You Faye?
heinous sauce.
Oh,
Yep, I do too.
right.
Like I hate when I go to somebody's house for dinner and they're like, "Oh, we're having meatloaf." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm probably not eating."
Right. It's, I just try to figure out if that can be like turned into a cheeseburger, maybe on a bun somehow, and if you put the veggies on it, maybe it won't be so bad. I've done that before at people's houses.
Right.
Yeah, everybody's different.
Right.
Absolutely.
I am very, very picky about whose food I eat.
Mm,
Oh yeah.
You know,
right.
because a lot of people, make their food hot, and my stomach can't, take the heat. So,
Right.
I have to be I have acid reflux, so I have to be very careful about the amount of spaghetti or pizza, stuff like that I eat, because the acid will,
Oh
it's
yeah,
not
when
good.
Right.
I'm one of those people, if I'm having someone over to eat, there's certain things I do. Like for instance, if I'm making like tacos and things like that, I'll make different types of salsa so that they won't have to eat the hot salsa.
Right.
I
Yeah.
will also put stuff like cilantro to the side, because I know not everybody is like like us and wants a lot of cilantro in their food. So, if they don't
Right.
want it, they don't have to eat it. I'll put the onion to the side. If they want onion in it, and put onion themselves, that sort of thing. So I think that people are should be a little more mindful when they have company over.
Yes.
I
Well, that's
agree.
like I
Right.
use a lot of salt in my cooking. Not a lot, but to my taste, and I am a saltaholic. But living in the house I do, we have one very health conscious person, Andrew,
Right.
that he doesn't want salt in his food at all. And then, James has health problems with his heart, so he can't have a lot of salt. So I've had to cut way back on my salt. And I'm sitting there
Right.
pouring the salt paper on top of my plate.
Right. It does seem that in today's society as a whole, okay, it's not a couple people, okay, everybody's got some kind of restriction. Everybody does. You might think you don't, but there's stuff you stay away from. You just don't go around saying you're intolerant to this or intolerant to that. But it
I'm not
seems
intolerant to anything. I'll eat almost anything if I like it.
a lot of people stay away from stuff. Mm.
So you said that Andy is like very health conscious.
Yes.
Why is he eating all that fast food then?
Right.
Right?
Because I promise you, there's hella salt on that shit.
It's like
Right.
vegans and stuff like that who, they say they're trying to do this and they're trying to do that,
Mhm.
but the stuff that they're eating is not always good for them or what they think,
Right.
is
Right.
made the way that they, yeah, because a lot of these things are just the same as some of the other stuff. It's still processed.
Yeah, if
Right.
you buy anything that's prepackaged in the store, it's laden with salt,
Right. They did
among
something
other
to it.
things.
They
Like the
did
salt
something
is
to it.
the least of your worries and that shit.
Mhm.
So he's not as health conscious as he thinks he is. Just saying.
No.
Right. If you're used to eating out or eating fast food, because a lot of people are, or you are when you're younger, whatever lifestyle, and then you don't do it, if you go like 6 months and you haven't gone to a fast food restaurant and then you go, you're like, oh my goodness. You're like, licking it like, oh no, you're like, you don't even want to touch it. I swear. Just try it.
It tastes
Right.
bad. It tastes
It doesn't
bad.
taste the same. It doesn't taste right. I'm like, I'm like, no, I'm good. I'll just stick with my Coke. I don't even need the food. I'm like, no, I don't. Mm-mm.
Right.
You don't realize it. You just have to not do it to realize it. Not that it's bad. I mean, I used to like my Big
Well, I'm
Macs a
gonna
long
tell
time
you
ago.
it's bad.
I just,
The what?
uh,
The what, Tiger?
I said I'm gonna tell you it's bad,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
it does. I mean, hey, I'm not. We eat out every once in a while. We get takeout or whatever, but that's normally because I don't want to cook and Chris can't. So the man messaged me at work one night to ask me how to make hard-boiled eggs. I'm like,
That's awesome.
seriously?
Aw.
Like you put eggs in water and boil them? I'm like, what the hell?
Right. My dad will burn water. The man can't even make tea.
Wow.
So.
Aw.
But
I think that's cute.
see, Heather kind of has to be a little conscious about her food because she is diabetic.
Right.
But other than that, Andy don't eat onions. He don't eat fried chicken. He doesn't eat any kind of pork except for smoked pork chops. He refuses to eat regular pork chops. So.
So basically, he's not health conscious. He's just picky.
Yeah.
Right.
Cause
And
does
I'm
he
not.
eat pizza? Does he eat
Yes.
pizza from like takeout?
Yeah,
Yep. Okay. There you go.
right. And they be liking Little Caesars pizza. Me personally, I don't like Little Caesars.
Oh, I do. But like I said, we don't eat out hardly ever.
Right.
It
I mean, we have 3 pizza restaurants here where I live at. And I only like to eat from one of those restaurants, and it's the one I used to work at.
right.
You know,
Yeah.
because number one, I got tired of Pizza Hut because my cousin used to be a manager there, and she would give us food that was left at the end of the night, you know, that people didn't come get.
Right.
And like I said, I don't like Little Caesars. Now, back in the day, they used to be good. So,
Oh, fun. Oh my goodness.
Oh hell no!
right?
Oh my god!
I'd have been like, oh, bless your heart. I bet it was really good and soupy.
I bet it was not.
Right? Oh, that's what I'm screaming. I mean, come on, you know?
Oh, Miss
Right.
Sharon, I love Papa John's. They're my favorite pizza place,
Oh,
actually.
Yeah.
I love
I
their
have
garlic sauce.
Oh, Lord.
I have never ate Papa John's pizza. I've never ate
Well, I can
Domino's
tell you-
pizza.
I haven't had Pizza Hut in so many years. I forgot they even existed.
Right.
Right?
Yeah, if we get pizza, it's either Papa John's or Domino's. There's the two you said you've never eaten.
Mhm.
But if I'm getting something from Domino's, it's usually their pastas in a bread bowl. Yum.
Right.
Their chicken Alfredo in a bread bowl. Hell yeah, all day.
I really like their Parmesan bread bites because they're so light and airy.
Yep, they're good.
Bacon chicken with
Oh my god,
barbecue
yes.
sauce.
Right.
He ain't lying either. That shit is awesome, and it's got pineapple on it. All you haters.
Mm.
I knew you was gonna
What
say
is
that.
And I just have to throw this out there because I can't help it. So, like, we're all still going out to eat or whatever and doing things like that, but just question it next time you go out to eat, and then you go to the grocery store and you're like, how come that aisle of whatever is gone, but I can still go get a Big Mac and I can still go get a Taco Bell, and it's like, how come that's still okay and that's still there, but I can't go to the store and get what I need? And how come they have produce and every sandwich is covered with lettuce, tomato, and onions that not everybody even eats? It's for decoration, but I can't go to the grocery store and find that.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just
I
like,
try to make my
eventually-
own stuff at home.
Eventually,
But
you're going to
listen,
be like,
y'all.
what?
Ma'am, you robot.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
Well, that's because I got to go to work.
Yeah. Real quick before
But
you
I'll be
go,
listening
Tiger,
to y'all. Okay,
do you have the ID channel?
I do.
Or tomorrow night at 11 o'clock on the ID channel, I just received word there's like one cold case here in my county, and it's gonna be on the ID channel tomorrow night.
Cool. I'll try to watch it tomorrow at work after I'm done.
Yeah.
But I'll be in chat, y'all. I just might not be messing or typing or anything, but yeah, I got to go to work. Y'all have a great night. I hope
You too.
everybody
Don't
comes
work too careful.
Tuesday.
Have a
Right.
good
We're gonna
evening,
do
Tiger.
Tuesday canning.
Right.
Right. Love you, Tiger.
Love you, Tiger.
Love you, Tiger.
Love y'all. Love you guys too.
All right,
She
Tiger's
don't like
leaving. I'm out.
snowtime.
I'm
Right?
outie. Tiger's gone, so I'm outie.
No, no,
Yep, I'm not. I Tiger's not next to me now, so I'm devastated. And I can't.
nope,
Yep.
nope, nope, nope. Girl, don't make me go hog tie you.
What? Inappropriate.
You heard.
Inappropriate.
Some might think I'm weird, but when I go to PCP, the first stop is always at Hungry Howie's Pizza and Crystal's before I leave. I go
Crystal's, yeah.
again and freeze it and bring it back home.
Right. Right. I could
I
see
don't know.
that.
I don't know what any of that is, but I'm here, like where I'm at anyway. We're used to going to. I mean, they have all those restaurants here, all of them, but like growing up here, we're used to going to the Italian delis,
Mm,
places like
yeah.
that, or places that have been around that are owned by Mexican and Italian people that are just because we're heavily mixed here. We have one Native American restaurant called Takabi, and they have great, great food there. Um, I like going there. So you can get like Indian fry bread with buffalo meat and eat it like a taco or whatever, or you could do the dessert thing where you get the Indian fry bread and they'll put like the powdered sugar and the raspberries and blackberry sauce or blueberry sauce or whatever on it, and
Mm,
it's just so good.
right. Support your local restaurants and places like that. They're your local cafes, and they're struggling now too because we go in them and they're missing things that they get imported like wines and olives and cheeses, and it's like, oh, you guys, and they're hurting too, but they're also going out into the community, the farmers and things like that, and they're trying to bring that produce back to their place, so, and you don't know stuff like that if you don't go in those places. But that's what we do. We do that on the weekend, and then we'll visit the markets. And even if we're not looking for the produce, they're gonna have like Ohio made honey and like Ohio made jellies and things like that. So we go do that. Plus, it's like it's all been made recently and it's fresh.
Yeah, I
Right.
buy all my honey local. I
Mhm.
have I have since I was younger. I
Right.
but it was always, because we used to visit the honey farms and stuff, uh, in Girl Scouts and things like that.
Mhm.
Oh,
And I don't know. That's where when was like, wow, and so I've always bought local
right.
honey, and then you know, in Lutheran school. We started, my teacher who was in the Air Force, she used to take us every year to go gleaning in the fields. And what we would do was we spent a whole day there, so we had to take our sack lunch or whatever. And so, it taught us something. And we would do it for the homeless people, and we picked like sacks and sacks of food, and then at the end, before we left, they gave us all a bag and they were like, okay, take whatever go ahead and you're allowed to pick whatever you want of how much of whatever you want, whatever you can stick in your bag, whatever you want to take home for you and your family to eat. And we would do that.
Right.
Mhm.
And so even now today, we do that. And, and, that's how I get my pickles make, when I can pickles, you know, I pick the canning cucumbers and they have everything. Like this is the time of year they're going to start the big harvest, where you go get to pick your pumpkins and they have everything there. You pick your own corn. It's like going on a hayride. You go up on the big uh uh end of the thing there. What is it called? Like the end of the wagon. The long they have the long ones. So, because there's a lot of people that go. So, and they'll take you around the whole farm and stop at each section so you can go pick
Oh, I would love
corn.
that. That'd be
Oh
neat. I
yeah.
would love that.
You
I
could
would.
go pick
Are you
corn and beets and different types of squash,
Right.
potatoes, um, bell peppers and hot peppers, um, tomatoes, cauliflower. I mean, you it's awesome. Carrots even. So, you
That's
know,
like that. I love hearing that.
yeah, I love doing stuff like that this time of year.
Absolutely. And when we travel, like if we go out of, we don't even have to go out of state, but when we go out of state, we make sure we absolutely do it. But we always stop and make sure that we bring back whatever local honey they have where we are at that moment and the hot sauce. And
Hmm.
because we're like into the peppers and the hot sauces and stuff. And so yeah, we like seek it out, and sometimes you just stop at the gas station in the middle of nowhere in whatever state you're in, and you're like, well, there's the honey and there's the hot sauce sitting next to each other for right there, where you are at the moment. So we have tons of honey from hot sauce, but I mean they're good. They're good preps, and they're multi-use items. You know how I am. You can't help it.
Right, right.
Evening, Widow's Diary. How are you? Blessings to you and your family.
Happy Saturday. Oh,
And Fawn, that sounds fun.
I know. I just read that. That'd be neat. I've gone to them, but I've never been involved in them. But yeah, I think that's a neat day when you do stuff like that.
Right. I love all kinds of stuff like that. I
Hmm.
think the only one I really ever got dressed up for was the Renaissance Festival. Well, besides
Mm.
Halloween. I it's one of the things we do like to, go to as well.
Hmm.
Um I bought a few outfits. In fact, I have to take them in because they're way too big for me now. And I'm like, I tried them on not too long ago before the Renaissance Festival started. It's over now, but and my husband was helping me try, and I was like, well, I guess I thought I was gonna get fatter instead of thinner because I'm like swimming in them now, and
Right.
I have to go
Right.
get them. I have to go get them altered.
Did you
I
get to
know.
go?
What was that?
Did you get to go?
No, we're actually going next year because
Mm.
we had a bunch of stuff going on with my husband's mom, and remember we were doing that where we had to go help her with all her stuff and at the flea
Right.
market and all that. And yeah, so that kind of got in the way, but there's always next year, so we're shooting for that.
Right.
Right.
Plus, like I said, I have to alter those dresses. I'm swimming in them. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Awesome. Stars, you was gonna say something and I interrupted you. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't, and I don't even know. I don't know. Right. It was something about festivals, but I don't. Oh, yeah. Like when I was growing up in Columbus, like when summer started, every weekend was a festival in Columbus. It was like the Greek festival, the Italian festival, the
Hmm.
German festival, the arts festival, jazz and rib festival, like every weekend. And then it would end with the Ohio State Fair. But like all of those festivals, not everybody, but a lot of people dressed up for them. It didn't matter what festival it was, and they would be reenacting stuff, or they would just live their day at the German Fest, October at the Renaissance. You know what I mean? I don't know. I
Right.
grew up watching
Oh,
that,
yeah.
but I never participated because it's not me. But I used to see all that when I was growing up all the time. I used to think that was neat.
Oh, yeah. They have all that stuff here too. Like they've always had, like the Taste of Colorado, where they have all like different restaurants, you know, down there, and it's a huge festival, and they have rides for the kids and all that stuff going on, and stages with music and going on, and then they have the Italian festival um, that they have in Belmar over here every year, and you know, I know a lot of the places that that are there because they're the authentic uh, Italian places. Um, that
Right.
are there. I think I had them on my Facebook when I had a Facebook, and as I had some of those places on there. But yeah, I mean, there's so many growing up, all those different festivals, and then even now, like I see so many festivals popping up. We have like the Dragon Boat festivals that happen now on the there's this place called Sloan's Lake, and it's pretty big, and so they have boat races and stuff that go on there now. And I mean, you start seeing new ones pop up, and um more and more things happening really in different places, and there's just more things to go to. And you would think uh I don't know, some people still go, but I think I kind of got tired of going to so many of them when I was younger. Like, it's not one of those things anymore that I care to do. But I'm just one of those people now that I'm just gonna stay home and work on my quilting, or maybe I'll have my husband take me out for like a long drive, and maybe up into
Exactly. I just miss all the food from the festival. We
wherever.
don't do it
Yeah.
either. But like I'm not gonna go to I'm not going to the city to do it. Um, but yeah, I miss the food. But it probably doesn't taste the same as it did before anyway. So, or I don't know.
Right.
Everything's changing. Everything's changing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's
So if you
they
can't go to that stuff, do it just because you never know. You never know. Enjoy it.
and it gets some of these things have gotten so big, I think, though, too, that it's just like, you remember when you were younger and it was fun, and then just one day, 1 year or whatever, you go and it starts, you can noticeably see how much bigger it is,
Mm,
and how much ruder people are getting. And
how much more expensive everything got from the year before.
right,
Or now
right,
you're not a kid anymore. Now you're taking yourself and you're like, oh wow.
right. Exactly. You start to, right, especially when all that stuff, when you're transitioning from, one to the next age, whatever that is in your life. And like you said, you start paying for those things, and you're like, oh, wow, I didn't realize the money that my parents or my grandparents or whoever raised you, was
You
spending.
get a clue and you're like, okay, so if you pack a lunch and put it in the car, then we can spend more money on the crap inside.
Right. Hello, Widow. Thank you so much. I am doing a lot better. It's just getting through the healing process now.
Awesome.
Right. So see, that's neat. Everybody's got different festivals where they live. So of course, like I would love to go to the Alligator
Yeah.
Festival and anything to do with Christmas. So, but we don't do that here in Ohio. That I'd go to.
We
Right.
have we have the Blueberry Festival down here
Yum.
and the Onion Festival.
We have the pumpkin and we've got the corn. The pumpkin festival's huge for Ohio, and we've got the corn festival here. And tons of harvest parties.
hmm it's not a festival, but one of the things I really love to do is in the winter time, and it's snowy, and they have the s- the sleigh rides downtown with horses and stuff, and they'll pick you up and take you
Aw,
around town and stuff. And
that'd be neat. That would be neat. We have all kinds and craft. Oh, Loretta. Oh, yeah. So when yard sale season's over, then all the craft shows start at all the churches and the town hall and all that. So I'm so excited. Everybody
right,
gets Christmas stuff. I'm like, Christmas or pumpkins. I'm like, yay. Oh, yes. I love craft
right.
festivals. Oh,
And I love it. I love buying things. This time of year is like my favorite because I love buying things that like smell like pumpkin and
oh,
apple pie, fresh baked apple pie, and stuff like
nutmeg.
that. I
Oh, I
can't
love
help it.
those.
I just can't help it. Like
Uh-huh.
from now all the way until spring. I think summer is the only time where like I'm just like laid back and with the fans on or whatever, and like, oh, it's
Right.
hot. Oh, it's hot. I want some ice in a snow cone. I don't know, whatever. but other than that, the rest of the time, it's like I don't know. Most people during the time of year, especially during the winter months, it's they get a little bleak and dreary. And I'm not that way. Like I'm totally the opposite. Like I have a twinkle in my eye, or during that time of year. I think it's the way I grew up, and you know, everybody's pretty much gone now, and I miss having people at my grandmother's house, and us all gathering there, and doing. But I think just the thought of it just makes me so happy,
Mhm.
you know, that that I just can't get down during that time of the year.
Right.
The only thing that happens during that time of the year is I do miss everyone, and I miss my mother because
Right.
we both share the same birthday month and stuff, and so I think about it, but I don't let it get me down. I think about all the good
Right.
times, and it's just
It
I
makes you think of
makes me
traditions and things like that, and smells will make you think of stuff like that. So yeah, that's a happy time because you're still doing
happy.
traditions and doing the same stuff. Su-
Right.
Suzanne, I smell all those smells. Ooh, she so does. Oh my goodness, it's my new addiction, and I have no shame.
And you know what? Now I can make snow cones without the yellow or the brown snow.
There
Right.
you go.
It's fresh snow.
Awesome. That's
Well,
always a good day.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
that's what Chad did today. Man, he came home looked like a kid. Like straight came in the door, looked like a kid. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they go do
Right.
that stuff and they come back and they're just like, and I'm like, awesome.
Right, right. And so that's what I try to do though, is turn the negative into a positive, and you
Mhm.
know, it'll be there, but at the same time, it's like, but what did you learn when they were here? What did you get out of it? And what did they teach you? And why? And what makes you happy about that time? And so that's what, makes me happy.
It's good for your
Mhm.
soul. It's really good for your soul. And anytime you can repeat or show somebody or do something that one of your family members or elders have done before you, it's like the biggest compliment you could ever give somebody that's not here anymore.
Hmm. Right. And you know what, Widow? I have something for you. A
Ooh,
little song. Candy apples on a stick makes my tummy go 2, 4, 6.
Yeah.
oh my
But I
goodness.
want you to make them a snow cone. I'm sitting over here eating ice, which I'm not supposed to do, but when
I
your
know.
body craves it.
Oh yeah, you need some iron, probably, Peach.
Yeah.
Probably.
Some chicken gizzard livers, whatever. I know
Oh,
people eat those with it.
hell no.
Okay, I don't want to hear you then. Oh yes, do it. Do it live.
No.
Do it. You make me do
No.
stuff.
Stars just want me to eat liver.
Oh, hell
See, even Heather agrees.
I don't know.
Oh, Heather. They all know better than that.
Hush, I'm telling you.
All right, remember this. Next time you're like Stars, I'm like, you wouldn't down a chicken liver for me, so I'm gonna remember that. Okay, that'd be awesome. If you hold your nose, you probably wouldn't taste it.
It still ain't going down my gullet.
I'm not doing it either.
All right then. And Miss Loretta's not either, see? That's right, Hoot. Eating ice is a southern requirement. That's right. Absolutely.
Oh, it's sweet tea.
That's right. So is sweet tea. Notice I said sweet tea, not iced tea.
Sweet tea.
And there's a reason. A lot of states, if you go to a restaurant,
They give you non-sweet iced tea.
that's right, they give you non-sweet iced tea.
Right, you have to ask for it to be sweet.
Yeah. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's how it is here.
Heather Tiger said, girl, she's talking to me. She said, girl, if your life depended on eating liver, Heather would force feed you. Tiger was saying, girl, if you were forced to eat, if your life depended on eating liver, Heather would force feed you.
Okay, I have to admit that I do like liver and onions, but here's the thing.
Right.
I love and miss the way my grandmother used to make it. I cannot make it like my grandmother used to, no matter how hard I try. That's one of the very few things that I cannot make, and I will not hardly eat only because I can't make it the way that she did. I don't know what she did to it that I'm missing, but it doesn't, I can't, it doesn't, it's not the same.
Right.
So
But
other
yeah,
than that, so
go
other
ahead.
than that, yeah, no, I don't need it other than that because I do. That was the only time I was able to eat it was when she would make it.
Yeah.
That
And
is
Tiger
true, though.
Heather said she couldn't do that to me because she won't eat it either. So I can't even stand the smell of it. My mama used to eat it.
If it's not savory, let it keep making
No.
Right, and Tiger does have a good thing there that she said about cooking, because a lot of food depends on how you cook, and not everybody is a great cook, but some people just have a certain taste as well for the way a certain people do cook, and so there is that. My husband did not used to like fish at all, but I make it in a way that he likes it and he will eat it.
Mm-hmm.
You okay, Bobby?
I don't know who, if I knew, I'd be able to make it because I'd be I tried do it. That's one thing I never saw her cook, and maybe that's why, because I didn't completely watch her as she was, but I did try a lot of different things and it still does not come out the way that she made it. And so I just don't anymore, but I loved it when she cooked it.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe so, Tiger. You might be right about that. That's one thing I didn't try.
No spitting, spatting, or anything else that oozes in chat.
Well, I just keep seeing all these random words in chat, and I'm like, I'm sure it's all inappropriate, so I just wanted to put that out there. It's probably fine, you know. He is, so.
I do have to say though that I tend, when it's that time of the month, I do tend to heavily crave protein, like meat, red meat and stuff like that. Like I can't help it. And I have to have it because I do lose so much, um, during that time. During that time, I also have to take an iron pill at least twice during that time
Right.
because, so yeah,
Compensate, right.
I have ferrous sulfate that I take, because I do lose so much that I do become anemic during that time.
Right. Widow, I do.
Ooh, candy apple snow cone. What? That sounds good.
Huh?
Candy apple snow cone. I'm like, yum, that sounds
You know
really
what?
good.
Yes, it does. It does sound
Oh
really
my
good.
god. Mm.
Put some fudge on that too.
Mm.
You know what I find interesting is how different people pronounce different things. Like some people get really mad because they don't pronounce it a certain way, but I just think it's funny because, caramel, caramel, words like that. And it's like
Right.
how it doesn't matter to me. Like however you want to say, as long as I know what it is.
Right. We all say stuff different too. We do. I
Hmm.
know we do. A root
Yep.
beer snow cone. Oh.
I
Hmm.
have some actually. I have the root beer flavor.
I happen to know somebody here at the house that would like them. But he's like me, his teeth and ice don't mix very well.
Right. Tell him to put it in
Yeah.
the back of his mouth. I
Yeah.
have a tiger's blood as well. I have that. You want a multicolored one? You're gonna have to choose the flavors you want, David.
I think a lemonade one would be good with maybe cherry down the center, but I think because I like that flavor, so I think a
Oh
lemonade
yeah.
would be good.
I have a lemonade one. I also have lime.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of flavors. I didn't realize how many flavors this they offered until I started making them and then looking at them, and they even give you the little stickers to put on the bottles, even if you don't have all of them. They give you all the names of all of them, and then so you do the ones that you do have, and then you just go back and buy the rest of the ones that you
Right.
don't have.
Then you know what you don't have because you didn't use the sticker too.
Right.
Huh? Yeah, that I'd be in the kitchen like, okay, oregano, some garlic, rosemary, snow cones, little catnip. Yeah, just to see what it would turn out like.
Mhm.
The puppy playing with his squeaky toy. I heard it.
You hear that? Yeah. It's funny because when he first came home, we have the baby gate that opens and closes, so you don't have to like move it. It's like a door, but they're
Mhm.
bars. So when we first, like last week, we would shut it. He would just go through the bars. But today, I don't know what happened, but he can't fit through any of the bars now. So now, if Klaus is out there, they're separated. And so now he's trying to keep busy with his toys.
Mhm. Right.
He's
Oh,
really particular, really real particular. What?
you know what? Who? That's because the next day, all the flavors
Mm,
meld together, and that's why
Mhm.
stuff like that tastes better. Do you know that I do that when I make tamales? I will I make the whole, the sauce and the meat a certain way. And then what happens is I let it sit in the fridge overnight, so it tastes totally different the next day, and you can you get that all that taste that comes together, you know, all that good taste. It just brings it out even more. And it's one of the ways, it's one of the things that I do. When I'm one of those people though that when I make tamales, um we like it in chunks. The chunks that actually just melt in your mouth um when you're eating it, it just melts
Mhm.
in your mouth. And I just I don't know, I just have this thing for shredded meat sometimes. And it's just probably because the way my grandmother made hers as well. So the way she described it and the way she made it was, you're getting to the surprise in the middle of the tamale, and you want that surprise to be, to be good, juicy, and fall, just melt in your mouth. And so that's the way I make them. I do make them different from some people. I don't know what some people do, because some people can't get they make them in a way that it comes out dry for them. So there are other people who can't get it seasoned right, you know. Um, I season mine in a way to where I love the masa on the outside. I mean, why would you eat a tamale if you're not gonna like the masa on the outside? Some people do like to put broth in their masa. I do not, and uh, everybody's different in that way. Everybody has their own traditions, um, but I don't, because to me it tastes soupy, and I don't like soup. I like the actual taste of the corn masa, and then getting to the inside with the chili, with no, and you know people make different types of chili that go inside as well. Unless you're, even sweet, uh even those who make sweet tamales, because my grandmother made those as well, and she would make them with raisins and cinnamon in them. um but everybody's different. Some make them sweet with the hot in the middle. So it just depends. And some people just like the taste of the chili because they can't eat hot. So these things can be adjusted to, people's tastes. And that's what I love about food, is you can always adjust those things to your taste.
Right. How you doing, heroic? I wasn't trying to interrupt you, Susanna.
Oh no, no, that's fine. I was already done. I know I've been talking a lot today. I don't know
Mm,
what's wrong with me. I've just been talking, maybe because I haven't been, like really around a lot, and I
yeah,
miss you all. I
I,
really do.
we miss you too. That you always welcome up and welcome to come up and talk as much as you want to.
And I don't mean to talk over you all either. I think sometimes there's a little lag in our, and
Yeah,
then sometimes we're just waiting for someone to end, and we think somebody's ending, but then somebody else starts talking. It's
Right. Like normal people do. That's what normal people do.
right.
awesome, Tiger. She's only got one floor to do tonight. Awesome.
Mm.
And Tiger said you're channeling her, Susanna.
It seems like we all like have this. I think that's what makes us all click too, is we have this sort of, we kind of know what we're thinking about, whether it's just food in general or a certain thing sometimes. And, we understand each other and where we're coming from, and,
Hmm.
these, some of these things. And, yeah, I love being close with you all like that. Um, as Loretta, you know what? I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never made those. I've only made tamales. Um, because my husband's Italian, and I do make a lot of from scratch Italian foods as well. Not just Mexican and Native American foods. There's a lot of Italian and American foods, and I can't keep up with all of it all the time. So there are a lot of foods that I miss, in between all of that. So when I do find them, sometimes I do uh, try them. Um, if I think we might like them or something. But uh, that's one thing that honestly I can say I have not done because it just never occurred to me. Um, there's so many foods out there, and then my son, he's like into Asian foods, and so like he does a lot of the rice and the noodles and things like that. And so um yeah, get into some of these things, and it's a lot. It is a lot. I can imagine what chefs and caterers and people like that go through, and the menus that they have to come up with. And it's kind of limited, but maybe somebody may have requests, and then they have to research that and make sure they taste everything, because you don't want to feed your guests crap, so everything's got to taste good. And so, uh, it's one of those things. Again, food is just, I mean, foods of the world. There are so many different types of foods and so many things that sometimes you wish you can get to them all, but yeah, so many variations too. Even in, we'll take Mexico for example. Mexican food is not just Mexican food. One province, wherever you live, is different from another province or town, and one family does not do this exact same thing as the next family, and I think that's where it's kind of like salsa, you know. Salsa verde, all those different types of salt. There's different types of salsas. What you see when somebody puts up a salsa recipe differs from one person to the next. And there you find your tastes and what you like and what you want to incorporate within your food palette and your family. And that's what makes it fun too. Especially when you're young and you're a kid, and you can play around with stuff like that with your family, when you're making in the kitchen making something. And um I think that just all this stuff just kind of intrigued me. Um,
That's why it tastes so good when you get it somewhere else. And like if you go out of your area and you get it somewhere else, and you're like, oh, that tastes so different. But you got to also remember everybody's got different produce. Everybody's stuff tastes different. So if you like that, it's neat to go around and like taste the difference between everybody's stuff.
right.
See you later, Widow's Diary, and joy and blessings to you and yours as well, hon. We love you.
We'll see you later, and thank you so much for coming
Mm-hmm.
in.
Aw,
Right?
right.
Ouch.
I'm all hyper. You can't tell, but like I'm all hyper.
Being hyper.
Oh,
Nothing at all.
keep up with chat just because like you put it up there and I'm trying to read it over here and I'm like, oh, nice stuff, so nice.
Right? Now, let's see. What do I do with that? What is that? What's the bag I'm looking for? I don't
Lord,
reckon
what
I
are you
need
doing?
it.
What are you
I was looking
unbagging?
for. I was looking for something.
Is it a visual? Are we about to have a visual? Because that's exciting.
No,
Oh,
no,
damn
no
it.
visual.
Okay.
Not tonight. I came back here in my room so I could plug up to my charger. So
Hmm.
Right.
So David, is David works at Walmart, right?
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been hearing from some places that Walmart is supposed to go up in prices again later on. Pretty soon here in a few months or so, depending on where you live. But I don't know. It may be in just specific areas. I have no idea.
right. He is on leave because of his knee. So he's on
Is he going to therapy?
yeah. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, I knew that, but I just thought I'd ask anyway because I didn't, I don't know. I don't know if he
Yeah.
still talks to people or what's going on, so I just thought I'd ask.
Yeah. But I did hear that they fixing to go up again. Especially tomatoes. Miss Stars,
Hmm.
you want to tell them about the tomatoes?
Okay, I forget what I say about tomatoes.
Tomato shortages.
I don't remember what I told you about it.
You said that they're claiming we got a tomato shortage now.
Right, they're claiming that we have a tomato and corn shortage now,
Well,
depending
that
on where
may
you live. Huh?
well that may have been me because I was at the farm and I took about half of the tomatoes they had.
Oh my
I'm just
goodness.
saying.
I can't. I lose train of thought, but like, it's no different than anything else that we have shortages of. It's no different. It's just they're my opinion. They're coming out and they're like, oh, we have this shortage for this reason and this shortage for this reason, and so then people start talking about it. But we already know because we saw that place burn down, and we know that place is gone and flooded out. So they're not making that or giving that or growing that anymore. So like, we already know that. So but for those who, they don't know stuff like that. That's why we're trying to grow our own stuff and we're doing things, well, I'm doing things a little different.
Mm-hmm.
But when they come out
Uh,
and they say tomatoes and corn, that means, just they did the same thing with the baby formula and other things. They've called it out, and then you wait a little bit and then you're like, oh, yep, you're right. So when I know people are harvesting, but a little bit longer and it'll be like right in the middle of the harvesting stuff, when everybody's gonna have their stuff, and then you won't be able to find it at the store. But that's okay because McDonald's will have it. Don't worry about it. Just go to McDonald's and be like, can I have like an extra couple slices of tomato? And then you can take them home.
you
Awful.
won't pay 50
That's how I
to
feel.
50 cents to a dollar for it, but yeah,
I mean, I'm sorry. It's how I feel. It's what I see them doing. I don't.
I'm sorry, people. I had to make salsa. I'm so sorry.
right. And fun, yeah. That's the reason why I spend a lot of time in my room because it's a lot quieter back here. I was scared that the air conditioner would bother y'all though, because I have a window unit in my bedroom, so and I'm back here all by my lonesome self, which is the way I like it. Heathen said they having a potato shortage too.
Watch the weather. I mean, watch the weather. If it's burning down, nothing's growing. If it's flooding, nothing's growing. Tornadoes are taking stuff out. Just look. And then they're taking, there's over 100 places that no longer exist in our country, where there was food to begin with. But the shortages with the veggies and the fruit and things like that, well, of course. Watch the weather.
Hmm. You got to store up on wood too, David.
Right. Okay. That's a prepping 101 would be you need water, period, no matter what. And then you have your food. And you need to count for having water or having a way to get water in order to rehydrate or cook said food.
Hmm.
You need both. And you need water no matter what. I know you need food, but you need water first.
Right. Good. I'm glad, Miss Loretta. Because my headset that I usually wear crap the bed on me. So yeah.
Yeah, and people, you're gonna want some of those stuff, so at least have some of it on hand. Because canned fruits and things like that have the sugars and stuff that your body needs, at certain times. People forget that your body still does need salt and still does need sugar,
Right.
just not in abundance.
Right.
Right. And where my bug out location is, we have a creek that runs through the middle of our property. We've got 3, fish ponds on the property. So, we have plenty of access to water. Plus, we have a well that we can uncap, and bring water up by hand. But one thing we need to think about is what if they shoot one of them big boom booms off and we have radiation. It's going to get into the water system. So we still need to stock up on water, whether you go to the store and get it or you get the food grade barrels and rain catchment systems, or you take the food safe barrels and go to your ponds and lakes and streams and creeks and whatnot and get it that way and still, put tops on them and keep them.
Right. Learn how to filter water. You get water, you have water. Most people have water in their home. You can bottle it. You can fill your bathtubs in an emergency. And you can go buy bottled water. And then you can find ways to catch it, whatever, keep it, like GA said. But you got to make sure that you research how to filter your water.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yeah, pie filling. Yeah, pie filling. I've seen the canned fruit. Absolutely. And if a lot of people say they don't prep canned foods, vegetables and fruit. They don't like the taste. They don't like what it's in. And my thought always was, you can always rinse it off. Dump it out and rinse it off before you eat it. But I always thought the canned food of some sort was an excellent prep. It's always been an excellent prep for, decades before us. And You don't have to do anything to it when you open it. And most canned foods you can just eat. You don't even have to heat up. You just eat it.
Right.
But yeah, fruits and veggies saved up in the cans is, I just think that's important.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I buy the stuff and put it in, Mylar bags, or I've started putting it in jars instead of Mylar bags, and dry canning, you know, and, but I still have, canned goods. I have cases of green beans, in
Right. And
cases of corn, cases of seasoned cabbage,
mm,
buying a sausage, potted meat, treat meat, luncheon meat, as baked beans, all kinds of canned goods. So,
right. Those are preps. A lot of folks not sure what to prep, starting out, don't even know what's going on. It's like you've got canned goods in your cupboard. Everybody does. Most people do. And you start there. And
and
don't
while
forget
we're
can
talking,
openers.
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just don't forget the can openers. Like, don't prep
Right.
all this stuff and then have no can openers or one, and then just don't do that. Don't forget. It's just like a don't forget thing. Make sure you have can openers.
Right. I actually have brand new can openers that were brand new in the in my backpacks because
Yep.
when you need them, I mean there are ways that you can open them without them. Um, but some people will not be able to do it for some reason or other. And also remember on cans, the ones with the pull up thing on it will last not as long as the one that you have to use a can opener on because of the frailty of the can that's that it that they use to the material they use to make it.
Right.
Oh, and other things, dried herbs. It's best to make your own, but there are places where you can get some really good dried herbs to keep on hand as well, because those also have, depending on what it is, health properties and vitamins and minerals as them as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Right.
also a good reason to have different types of salt. You want to have the iodized salt, you really do, but
Mm-hmm.
you also may want to have like some either Celtic sea salt or pink Himalayan salt, depending on what your taste is and what you prefer.
Right.
Now's the time to get that variety. I'm like, if you see it and you can afford it, then get it. If you're standing there
Absolutely.
at the grocery store in front of the seasoning aisle, and I know they got seasoning for $1 all the way up to like $8.99. Okay, whatever you can afford, even if you've never tried it before, it's like snatch that stuff up if you can.
Right.
If you can't grow your own and you're not going down that road, yeah, go get it.
And
Yeah.
look at different stores. There are some like you get like over here. If you go to some of the Asian stores over here, they have ginger
Right.
really cheap. But you
Stuff
go
like
anywhere
that.
else and you're gonna pay an arm and a leg for a piece of ginger.
Yeah.
You know. So it depends on where you go to get what.
Cool.
And plus they have like an abundance of it there. Like they have a
Right.
lot
That's
of
what I
it
was
there.
gonna say. The local people like that, you'll walk in and you'll see like a Kroger bag, not a Kroger bag, but the size of that, filled with what you just saw at Kroger in a jar, and you're like, how much in there? You're floored about your okay, because it's a lot and it's a lot cheaper because you're not at the
Mm-hmm.
grocery store. Again, you're giving back to the community when you do that as well.
Right. Absolutely. And while we're speaking about preps, we will be bringing women's preparedness back.
What?
Yes.
That's not true. No. Oh, yay. What? Oh,
We will not be doing it on Wednesdays because Wednesdays will be our conspiracy theory Wednesdays.
you
But
busy.
we are
Yay.
right. We are starting
It's not
a
true.
midday live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So we will be doing prepping at least one of those days. So I just
Ooh, yeah,
wanted
if you want to
update
talk to
everybody.
GA, come talk to GA all week long at all different times and see what's going on.
Right.
And who knows, we might do like start out with news and gab for a little bit, and then at the end give prepping tips, share
What?
stuff.
She's like, we, who are these people? Name them.
Don't
Is Tiger involved?
Stars Prepper, Tiger, Susanna. Hi.
Who are these people? Look, and don't forget Tiger, and I'm gonna forget the day. I love you, Tiger. But don't forget she's canon.
Thursday.
Soon. I forget.
And for those that don't know, that's Stars Prepper.
What? Don't put. Oh, you are grounded.
And for those that don't know,
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Stop it right now. I'm
Come
okay
on.
being right here.
Stop
I
it.
just don't like I don't need the sun shining right on me. I'd rather direct it off. Susanna, there you go. Bright shine. Susanna. What?
for those
That's way
that
better.
don't know, this is Susanna, aka Rhyme of the Ancients.
Ooh, it's not true. Okay.
And who that
Yes.
Georgia Peach girl is, I have no clue.
I don't know. This tiger person. Who is this tiger person?
And she is at work.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. See?
Stars.
Oh, well. Well, if Loretta says so, okay. Clearly, nobody argues with her, so we're just gonna. Okay, Loretta. Thank you, honey. Thank you. It makes my face smile. Quit it right now. Aw. Sharon's leaving. Nighty night, y'all. Sweet ladies. Aw. Sweet people.
No, Miss Sharon.
The chat is so nice.
Have a good night,
Yeah.
Sharon. Thank you so much for coming in.
Right? I do love the chat. I love chat people. I just love all the chat people. That's why I keep coming in there like, hey, because I like the chat.
Who is this Peach person?
Oh,
She's not on my panel.
I don't think that finger represents you. He's like, no comment, dead silence. I'm like, really? But it's okay. I mean,
It represents my mood, okay?
oh, you seem pretty cheery to me, so I'm just saying, but that's okay.
Oh, goodness.
The big FU trolls. Oh, yeah. Trolls can't be that bored they're in here. Like, come on.
Oh, we all know they lurking. It's okay. It's okay.
Sharon, sorry, wrong person.
If you ain't got nothing better to do than sit around and worry about what we're doing, you have a very boring life. That's all I'm saying. No, I am not, David.
You're in New York.
I'm not a pizza doll.
No.
And that would be an apple, not a peach.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, goodness. We've been here for 2 hours, guys.
It's not true.
It is true,
Oh my goodness, you guys been hanging out with us for 2 hours? Oh,
right?
I know.
And it has been a very good live. I've enjoyed this. We've covered so much.
Are you ready to go now? Bye. Oh,
Keith is probably at work, David.
right.
He's been working all week, bless his heart,
People be busy.
right? But yeah, I am fixing to go ahead and shut it down. But I'll give y'all a little heads up. A certain little evil person's going live tomorrow night. She is going to be reading tomorrow night.
Nice and
So-
relaxing. Oh,
Yay, stories. Story
right.
time.
Right. Bedtime stories.
I'm trying to get finished with the saga series. That way, I have some things coming down the pipe that is going to be put out over there. So, but Miss Susanna, Miss Stars, Miss Tiger, thank you all for coming up with me.
Thank you, Peach. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Anyone, y'all got anything to say?
I love to chat people.
Stars. I just want to tell everyone thank you for coming in and supporting us all, and I love you. And Stars is the birthday girl up here. It's still her birthday month.
Aw.
That's right.
And yeah, we'll see you next time.
Aw. Love you, Susanna.
Right.
Love you too, Stars.
Sweetheart. Oh my goodness. That's right. It's my birthday month. What? Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Bye, everybody.
Good
Happy
night.
Saturday night.
Good night, people, and y'all see us over at Evil Fairy tomorrow night. Love y'all. Keep y'all's heads on a swivel. Stay prepped up. Stay prayed up. And always look forward. See y'all later.